Run in Laikipia County, just to paint for us a picture of what is happening. There is already on a standby. We also have the developing story about matters drought in the country that has to do with the coastal region. So there you have it. My colleague Ibrahim Karanja in connection with the Laikipia insecurity that has been the talk of this country for the better part of 2 weeks. The government talking about it, including the Interior Cabinet Secretary, Dr. Fred Matiang'i. Good afternoon. My name is Brenda Zedaradido. Thank you so much for joining us here on KTN News Desk. So straight away, let's get into what we have for you. And to kick off this bulletin in Laikipia, where schools within the troubled area have this morning reopened their doors to learners and amid relative calm. Our reporter Ibrahim Karanja, however, informs us that majority of students have stayed away from the institutions for fear of further attacks. Ibrahim Karanja now joins us live from Laikipia County with the latest update. Ibrahim Karanja, good afternoon. I mean, you've been following up on this Laikipia insecurity situation ever since it started, bringing for us the live pictures, painting for us a picture of what is happening there. What do we know so far as we speak?
What we know so far is that school learning has resumed in various schools here in Laikipia County. About 21 schools in this entire region, that is both primary and secondary schools, public schools that is. And those that were sort of hit and affected by the violence in this particular region were about 5. But many schools had been closed due to the tension, the general tension that was in this particular area. And today, since early morning at around 6 in the morning, we have been out to try and see this resumption of learning in various schools. Very early in the morning, I was at Olmoran Primary School, a school that has a pupil population of about 582. Excuse me, 582, and only 70 learners had reported by morning. By that time, we were there. The head teacher stating that he had not received any communication from any parent that their learners will not be going to school, so he was expecting them nonetheless. We also visited a different school. This is the Meriguit Primary School, which actually criminals attempted to attack a couple of days ago, even that attempted to put the school store on fire. And in that particular school, there was no one. There were no police officers. There were no students in that particular school. I said police officers because, yes, that is a police Land Cruiser that has just passed by. And this is the situation in Olmoran every other minute. Security beefed up. Yes, but back to Meriguit Primary School. There were no learners. There were no teachers by the time we got there, of course, owing to the fact of where it was located and the dangers that is in that particular area. Now, Meriguit, from where I am, is far beyond the horizon, about 2 to 3 kilometers from where I am. I am currently at Olmoran Center. I was also at a private school owned by the Catholic Church called Tumaini Academy. And in that particular school, much as learning was not ongoing at the physical school, where the school is actually located and physically located, the learners had been transferred to St. Mark's Catholic Church, that's just within Olmoran shopping center, and learners were continuing with their studies there, much as the population, again, was very low. In a school of about 300 learners, there were only about 30 learners in that particular school this morning as we covered it. I also spoke to the Regional Commissioner, George Natembea, who was also here to oversee the construction of homes, especially in Kisindogo. And the first model house that was promised by the government is complete and it has been approved. Remember, the government stated that it will construct about 29 homes for families that had their homes torched. And to start with that, they had to start with one model house that had to be approved before all the others start the construction of all the others. And that approval has been made this morning. So we expect 28 more houses now to be constructed, 3-roomed houses to be constructed. Also, the government is also now delocalizing or decentralizing the distribution of relief food from Olmoran Trading Center. This, Natembea says, is a way of ensuring that parents and learners go back to school. Because what has been happening in the past couple of days, about 100 or 500 meters from where I am, is the Olmoran Red Cross Hall. That is where relief food has been distributed to locals. But now Natembea says that much as their target was of about 200 people who had been displaced from their homes, they end up having about 3,000 people coming to get this particular relief food. And most of them are from this shopping center, which was not really affected that much by the incident. insecurity situation. So now they want to move to decentralize from issuing food from there deep into the villages, so that those who are truly in need will go get the food from the schools in their particular areas, and thus it will also help bring children back to school. We also understand that the Senate Committee on Security will be in Olmoran in any minute from now, this afternoon, to assess the situation and perhaps try find a report of what exactly is happening. Remember, the situation here in Olmoran or the recurring insecurity incidents have happened since time immemorial. We covered it in our story last night. Since 1998 all the way to this particular year, there have been killings, there have been theft of livestock, there have been displacement, and now that Senate Committee on Security will also be here to just assess and perhaps come up with a report or a recommendation of what needs to be done, or if at all there is anything that may need their indulgence from this particular side. But that is what is happening right now. Heavy security, even at the schools I have seen. In the schools that I've gone to, there were at least 2 police officers from the National Police Service and several National Police Reservists, the NPRs, who are guarding the schools. And this is in line with what Matiang'i said. He said that they will ensure that every teacher and every pupil is safe even as they resume school. And even as this happens, every other time here in Olmoran, you get to see, like we saw minutes ago, police patrolling, and also not just on ground but also on air. Police choppers keep flying around each and every time, flying towards the Laikipia Nature Conservancy and also around all the other conservancies in this particular area. And we are told that that is an effort to push away the herders who had invaded the ranches and also came all the way to Olmoran. Herders who yesterday we had exclusive footage of as they were being pushed towards the Tiati border, that is East Pokot region, from this particular area of Laikipia. Brenda.
All right, so that is the situation in Laikipia County. Earlier on, my colleague Ibrahim Karanji just painted for us a picture of what is happening. So many students and teachers have decided to stay away from school, despite the government saying that they're beefing up security in all learning institutions and all villages. And low numbers of pupils have reported back to school, as you've seen on those pictures that we showed you live on our screen of the kind situation there. But of course, definitely we shall be going back there later on once the National Assembly Security Committee members arrive in Laikipia County, because they're supposed to make that. They're actually on their way there.